Hello students, welcome to Shirtback Academy. In our lesson today, we're going to be coding with the puzzle Debugging with Scrat. To start our lesson, make sure that you're on the code.org webpage. Let's begin. Once you're here at the code.org homepage, we're going to go up to where it says Learn in the top left corner and click on that link. That will take us to our next page. We're going to scroll down and click on Learn More in grades K to 5. And then click on Course C. From here, we're going to go down. We're going to be doing Puzzle 5, which is Debugging in Maze. We're going to click on the number 1, and we're going to watch our intro video.
All computer scientists, no matter how experienced they are, run into errors that they need to fix. This is where debugging comes in. Debugging is just a word that means finding and fixing errors in a program, and the first step towards fixing errors is to find them. Most puzzles have a step button below the play space that you can use to hunt for problems. If your program doesn't work, press the step button and see what happens. Does the character take action in the right way? Everything looks good with the first block of code. Press the step button again. How does everything look? Is it still running right? Keep going through your code line by line until you find the first place where things go wrong. What happened? What was supposed to happen? What does that tell you? In this puzzle, I get to the last line of code and don't reach the goal. What happened? I got to the end of my code without solving the puzzle. What was supposed to happen? I need to go forward one more step. What does that tell me? It tells me I need to drag out one more of these blocks and attach it to the end before I click run. Ta-da! That's how you debug a program.
Let's click on Continue. We're going to continue on with Puzzle 2 and begin our coding. Our instructions tell us that there's something not quite right with the code. We need to fix the code to help our squirrel Scrat get to the acorn. Down in our workspace, we see our code has 2 move forwards. We need to figure out what to do to get to the acorn. When I click Step, we see that our program works with 2 move forwards. But to get Scrat to the acorn, we need to add one more block, one more move forward. Now we'll hit run, and Scrat gets his snack. Let's click on Continue. We're going to move on to Puzzle 3. Here in Puzzle 3, our instructions are telling us to use our debugging skills to get Scrat to the acorn. There's something not quite right with our program. Let's run and see what happens. We can see that on our second command, our turn right, Scrat turns himself and he's going to go into the water. When we hit the move forward, we see that he falls in. So we can tell right now that we have a problem with our code. We're going to bring over a move forward and then reconnect our code. Now when we check our code and look at the board, Scrat will go forward twice, turn right, and forward twice. And that should get him to the acorn. We'll click Run, and our code works. Good job, everyone. Let's click on Continue and move on to Puzzle 4. Here in Puzzle 4, our instructions are telling us something's not quite right. We need to remove blocks to get to the acorn. When we look at our play space, we see that Scrat moves past the acorn by going through the move forwards. So I'm going to remove those 2 extra move forwards and put them in the trash. I'm going to reconnect my code and hit reset. Now when I hit run, Scrat gets his acorn. Great job. You're doing well with debugging. Let's click on Continue and move to Puzzle 5. Here in Puzzle 5, our instructions are telling us that someone has their directions mixed up. Can you help? We need to debug this program to get Scrat to his acorn. When we look at our code, we see 5 commands. We're going to hit Step. We can see the first move forward works fine. But when we hit the turn right, Scrat's going to go the wrong way. So we're going to change that turn right to turn left. When we hit reset and run our program, now we see that Scrat's going the right way. The move forward works fine, but now we see that the turn needs to change. We're going to turn that from a left to a turn right. Now we're going to double check our code one last time. We changed both of the turns. Those were our 2 debugs. Let's click Run and see if our program is working correctly now. We see our corrections worked. Great job, guys. You did really well with that. Let's click Continue and move to Puzzle 6. Here in Puzzle 6, our instructions are telling us to debug the level by rearranging and changing the blocks. Let's take a moment to look over in the play space at the path that Scrat must take to get to the acorn. We're going to click the step and see how the code works so far. We can see here that we've hit our first bug. If we hit forward again, Scrat's going to fall into the water, so we need to make some changes. We're going to bring over a turn right. Always make sure you hit reset first. And then we're going to bring our code back. Now we hit run, we'll see how it works. We can see the turn right fixed a bug. Now we go forward, forward, and we hit another bug. We see that if we move forward one more time, Scrat's going into the water. So we're going to hit reset and bring over a turn left. If you remember from the last part of the code, we only needed the 2 move forwards. Now we don't need the 2 turn rights. We're going to hit run, go forward, right, forward twice, and our program completes. Great job. Let's click on Continue and move to Puzzle 7. Here our instructions are telling us again to figure out what is wrong. We need to get Scrat to the acorn. Somewhere in our program code there's a bug. We need to find it. When we hit step, we can see that right now we found our first bug. If we turn right, Scrat is going to go away from the acorn, so we're going to have to change it. We're going to change the turn right to a turn left. We're going to hit reset and run our code. Now we see that if Scrat moves forward again, he's going to fall into the water. We found our second bug. Let's fix it. We're going to remove the second move forward that we don't need and reconnect our code. We'll hit reset and run and see how it works. We can see the second bug fix worked, and Scrat got to his acorn. Great job, everybody. Let's hit continue and move on to puzzle 8. All right, a challenge puzzle. The challenge puzzles are designed to stretch our brain. Let's do the best we can. Here in our challenge puzzle, it's telling us to debug the code by rearranging, adding, and deleting blocks. Take a moment to look at the path that Scrat must get to the acorn, and let's take a look at our code. First, we're going to hit step and see how the code works the way it is. We can see that we've now hit a bug. If we hit move forward one more time, Scrat's going to fall into the water. Let's fix it. We're going to bring over a turn left, connect that to our code, and then we'll bring up our code and see where we're at. When we hit step, we can see that the first bug worked. Now we've hit another problem. If Scrat turns right, he's going to go off his path. We need to change. We're going to bring over one more move forward and then reconnect our code. You'll notice that we changed our turn right to turn left to help the path. Now when we run our code, our second bug fix worked. Oh no! Scrat fell in the water. We found another bug. We're going to change our code by bringing in the turn right. When we got to the last turn, we had one too many move forwards, and Scrat fell in. To finish up, we're going to reconnect our code. We have this turn left that we don't need anymore. We're going to get rid of it. We'll hit reset and run. Great job, guys. Challenge puzzles are the hardest ones that they have. If you did that well on the first try, you're doing wonderful. Let's move on to Puzzle 9. Here in Puzzle 9, we have a multiple choice. It's telling us to look closely at the code below. What is the first bug that will make the program fail? Our choices for the answers are A, the program won't fail. B, Scrat will go the wrong way after his final turn. C, Scrat takes one too few steps and ends up short. Or D, we don't know. Let's look at our code. Our code has two move forwards, a turn right, two more move forwards, a turn left, and a move forward. Let's take a look at the path that Scrat must go to the acorn. I'm going to choose choice B. We can see as Scrat goes towards the acorn, the program's working fine. And here when we get to the end, Scrat turns off. The turn left was the bug. Great job. Let's hit continue and finish up. Here in Puzzle 10, we're going back with our Angry Birds. It's telling us to use the blocks to build the program and get to the pig. We're going to count our move forwards. I counted 3. And as I trace my path, we're going to bring over a turn right. One more final move forward. Let's check our code one last time. We have 3 move forwards, turn right, move forward. We'll hit run and see if our program works. Great job. Congratulations, everyone. We have completed debugging in Maze. You did a really good job in this lesson. If you have any questions or want to review any of the puzzles, please do so at the appropriate parts of the video. We thank you for following along to this lesson. We'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.